Forgot my ring. Me. They gonna say no glasses, no ring. Wait, babe. Oh shit, she's still out there. Ah. Let me. Well, I'll just keep my left hand out the shot. Then there you go. The sea levels are rising. The sea wall is crumbling almost annually, and the capital is still about 7 feet underwater. So, what does this mean? This means we have a set of modern problems, and modern problems require modern solutions. And by modern solutions, I mean just age-old solutions that have just been adapted to the current situation. Cue title sequence. No matter what your political belief, it is obvious that the sea levels are rising around the world. You have many coastal cities are starting to sink, and Guyana, well, unfortunately, Georgetown, the capital of Guyana, is one of those cities that is actually below sea level. In fact, it's 7 feet below sea level, which means that we have the seawall in order to protect most of the coastal area, which is where about 90% of the nation's population lives. But herein lies the problem with that despite having that seawall, breaches within the seawall happen almost every year. It seems like since Guyana has been around that there have been breaches. There's a seawall that, in fact, this diagram that was shared by a Facebook friend of mine clearly shows that Georgetown used to reach far, far beyond the seawall before its current borders that you see now, thanks to the erosion that has taken place over the course of the past 300 years. And now we see that erosion is taking place at an even faster rate. So, this is why I say that we are struck with a modern problem. But this modern problem having to deal with rising climate and also rising sea levels, that it has a very easy and obvious solution. Move the capital. But before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that yellow notification bell so you can get notifications whenever we make some uploads here. Would really appreciate it. So, where should we move the capital, you might ask? I say Linden. And in fact, I have 5 reasons why Linden, Region 10, should be the new capital of Guyana. Reason 1. Location. Linden is located about 60 miles up the Demerara River, which also makes it closer to the international airport than Georgetown is right now. It's always been a hub for transportation because it has been known as the gateway to the hinterland, and of course with plans to build the Linden-Lethem Road into an all-weather road, it just means that there's even more potential for growth from there, and of course expansion out into the regional villages. Reason 2, beautiful views. You have the sandy cliffs around Linden, the Karakara Blue Lake, you have the Christianberg Water Wheel, the Watuka Guest House, and many others. These are just some of the numerous sites that can be found in Linden, and also given its founding as a mining town, bauxite, that you still have evidence of the industry all around the city, which makes it a very beautiful place and a very interesting place to visit. So maybe it might also make a great capital. Number 3, there is room for development. Given Georgetown's location at the confluence of the mouth of the Demerara River and the Atlantic Ocean, there's only so many places Georgetown can really expand to. But as you can see, Linden can expand in just about any direction. And what makes it great is that something like this is clearly going to be a multi-billion-dollar investment, which means that you're going to bring employment, you're going to bring jobs to not just Linden, but even the villages in the area and all up and down the highway. We already have a highway and we already have an established waterway, so why not use it? Reason 4. This gives Guyana the opportunity to build the capital in its own image. But what do I mean by that? I mean that Guyana can decide to decolonize its capital, because right now Georgetown has influences from the British, the French, the Portuguese, and the various groups that had colonized Guyana at some point in its history. Now we can probably come up with an architectural style of all of our own. I think about Brazil, where they made Brasilia into the shape of an eagle mid-flight. Or, we can choose any other style we want. I mean, even the folks that made Washington, D.C. built it in their, Freemasonry loving direction. I don't know, but they wanted to design it like America's Paris, and as you can see, it's a real nice, pretty city. Reason 5. Linden is not currently being swallowed up by the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, that's the whole point of this video. I mean, Georgetown is already 7 feet below sea level, and sea levels are rising by the day. In order to put all whatever repairs to the seawall and improve it to modern standards, we are just basically fighting against the inevitable. I'd say, in fact, that would probably be a perfect place to put Thanos. I am inevitable! But yeah, I guess that's Dominique's decision to put it. Please do. It's more or less we are fighting something that is inevitable, and I really don't see the point in putting that multi-billion-dollar investment into all these complex, different technologies when we can just do some old-fashioned repairing and rehabilitation and improvement on a very beautiful town that we already have. So, that's my opinion. What's yours? Do you think Guyana should move its capital? Or do you think maybe we should do like some places where they just abandoned part of it and moved up? I don't know why. Yes, that's like the first rule. Or should it choose a different location for it? Or should it just sit and try to fight the rising sea levels? How about you leave your comments below? And also be sure to like and share so you can get any notification as for when we post more videos. So remember, till next week, everything you do, do it for the culture.